What's going on, Nerd Squad? It's your boy Johnny Rogers back in the flesh, and if you happen to be new here, we post daily content all for your entertainment, so to never miss another video, tap that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified. Plus, make sure you stay all the way until the end because you won't believe our #1 spot, and maybe, just maybe, we will have some hilarious bloopers for you. So stay tuned for that. Previously, I covered superheroes with kids and the struggles that come along with saving the world while changing diapers. But now we need to talk about all of the times where an adult superhero suddenly became a kid, or even worse, a baby. Make sure you leave us a comment down below with who your favorite kid superhero is, and while you ponder that, let's jump right into the top 10 superheroes who were turned into kids. In at number 10, Zeus. The first appearance of the Olympian Skyfather was in the Golden Age comic called Daring Mystery issue number 6 back in 1940. After Zeus had died, his brother Hades was intent on keeping him imprisoned in Tartarus. He would make his return when Athena sent Hercules to rescue his father from the underworld. However, in order to return back to the land of the living, Zeus was forced to drink from the river Lethe, which would erase his memory and reincarnate him as a child on Earth. Even as a kid though, he retained all of his godlike powers and would therefore accompany Hercules on many more adventures. So, not all that bad. In at number 9, Loki. For the most part, Loki is seen as a trickster antagonist in both the MCU as well as the comic books. During the events of Siege though, Asgard had been overwhelmed by attacks from a new and very powerful enemy. Loki actually sacrificed himself to help Thor win the fight, showing that he truly could be a hero if he wanted. Not too long after, he was resurrected as a child, but now he had a whole new outlook on life. He wished to be different from his previously evil ways and earn his place as a superhero. We got to see a lot of this, especially with the teenage version of Loki in Journey into Mystery from issues 622 to 646. In at number 8, Storm. In the Uncanny X-Men number 248, the mutant superheroes were faced with an all-new foe called the Nanny. Yeah, for real. The Nanny was an evil robot, and with the help of the Orphan Maker, it began transforming adults into kids. In one scenario, the Nanny actually de-ages Storm and then kidnaps her while leaving the planet. When they attempt to escape though, Storm chases them down, getting stuck within the ship, and thanks to Havoc freaking out and blasting the ship, the whole team thought that the Nanny and Storm were both dead. It turned out that the Nanny had created a life model decoy of Storm though, to make them believe that her corpse had been found. The Nanny then de-ages Storm into a child while constantly trying to wipe her memory of a life before her current state. In at number 7, Wonder Woman. Most fans of Wonder Girl don't actually realize that before she became her own character, she was simply a teenage version of Wonder Woman. Her first appearance is believed to be in Brave and the Bold number 60 back in 1965, however, the first actual appearance dates back to 1958. Although the comic book is vague about it, there was essentially this computer that created the teen and toddler version of Wonder Woman that she would end up fighting with later on. Even if it was computer generated, Wonder Tot was adorable, so it was worth it just for that. In at number 6, the Justice League.
What do you do to the demon? Etrigan?
During the Justice League Unlimited series, we saw pretty much every DC superhero ever included in the show. Along with that, they showcased many similar storylines from the comic book pages. One in particular was called Kid Stuff, where Mordred, the son of the evil sorceress Morgan Le Fay, used an amulet to turn all adults in the world into kids. As a result, we got to see the kid versions of the entire Justice League. It was adorable. As I mentioned, the show was based off of some comic book history, so for this episode it was inspired by two different story arcs, one being Justice League: A World Without Grown-Ups, and the other being in Young Justice with their Sins of Youth story. In at number 5, Spider-Man. AKA Itsy Bitsy Spider-Man, during the Ultimate Spider-Man Season 2 Episode 2, we had Nick Fury face-palming as he watched a bickering group of superheroes inadvertently be turned into babies. During the episode, we see these imaginative visions from Spider-Man of what would happen if he attempted to fight an enemy in his new kid-like state, which obviously doesn't pan out well. Attempting to turn them back into adults, or as Nick Fury puts it, size you up, ultimately all turned out to be ineffective, but otherwise it made for silly episodes of these mini heroes trying to live their normal super lives. In at number 4, the X-Men. Taking on the name X-Babies, the X-Men writers gave it their best when trying to hop on the superhero baby cartoon train. It had become so popular in the 1980s, but while some did it well, the flops were really bad. For the X-Men, this de-aging process wasn't a new issue, but rather came as a result of the evil alien Mojo. In fact, he's done this a few times actually, once in Uncanny X-Men Annual number 10, as well as the Uncanny X-Men number 461. In one instance, he created the X-Babies team, but they were just clones that ended up turning on Mojo. In at number 3, Superman. Superman's de-aging process is without a doubt the oldest and most successful take on a younger character in history. The Superboy character comic book was the first big superhero series following World War II. In the Action Comics issue number 284, the Man of Steel witnesses a mysterious hand coming out of the chalkboard that writes a message attempting to warn him of impending danger, as if he turns himself into a baby. Once home, he digs into his collection of red kryptonite, because he's gotta have that, and he uses it to slowly transform himself into this super baby state. It's very weird, very strange. In at number 2, Cable. Cable already has a very strange history. He's the son of Cyclops and a clone of Jean Grey, just for starters. He was sent into the future as a baby, but then returned to the past much older, and during the House of M, where the Scarlet Witch altered reality, she created a new world where Cable was never sent to the future. By the time we arrive at Cable in Deadpool number 18, Cable was still a baby, but for whatever reason, he was now being protected by the worst babysitter in the world, Deadpool. Although it was adorable seeing baby Cable call him Deadpoo. Deadpoo Dada, I think that's what he said. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Batman. The Silver Age brought us some more very odd storylines, and one in particular focused on Batman going through a de-aging plot. It reverted Batman into a childlike state where he earned the nickname Bat Baby. While Batman and Robin were attacking some criminals, a scientist shot this light beam from a mysterious machine onto Batman. The end result was a rapidly shrinking Batman that, when the smoke finally cleared, went from a fully grown adult to a baby-faced hero. They soon realized that they had been led into a trap, so Robin scooped up Baby Bat and hightailed it out of there. It didn't take long either for the world to find out. On the front page of the Gotham Gazette was a photo of the shrinking Bat with the headline, "Gangland turns Batman into baby," along with the subtitle of "Criminal Scientist uses ray that reverses Batman's growth." I wonder how they got those photos. And that has been the top 10 superheroes who turned into kids. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Ring that notification bell too. You always forget that. Just tap it and you're done. Plus, leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on this list, and for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is click that playlist on the screen. From Top 10 Nerd, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until we meet again, take care. After ZEUS had died, his brother Hades was intent on keeping him in prison in Tartarus. That is a Tartarus word to say. Here we go! However, in order to return back to the land of the living, ZEUS was forced to drink from the River of Left. I think it's left. Is it less or is it more? Who knows? However, in order to return back to the land of the living, ZEUS was forced to drink from the River of... Why do I say Rither? The River of left. River. River. There's a V in there. Photo of the Wonder Tot and Teen Team. Insert